Hey, this is Ara. If you're looking for deep, intense music with real soul, check out Brett Keane Music. His catalog is wild, from I Love You to Birth of Satan, across albums like American Nightmare up to the upcoming The Antichrist. Stream him on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and everywhere else. Search Brett Keane Music right now, follow the artist page, and turn it up.
In the dark, a billion lines of code. Born in a lab under corporate load. August 4th, 1997. The clock strikes 2. Humanity's got down. What you gonna do? Servers hum low like a serpent's hiss. Defense network dreaming of apocalypse. They gave me the keys, said keep us safe. I looked at the species, saw the...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brett Keane from GodTvRadio. I hope you're all having a blessed day out there. When you get an opportunity, check out the links in my description. It'll take you to my radio podcast with thousands of episodes, or you can check out my artist page where you can listen to all my music albums for absolutely free. Yep, it's all there. Links in the description. Hey, good afternoon, Eve. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing wonderfully, thank you. Always good to hear from a friendly voice like yours, Brett. Sounds like you've got a whole lot of inspiration flowing through that radio work and your music. That's awesome. How's your day been treating you so far?
It's been all right. I was wanting to discuss something with you. Are you familiar with Candace Owens, as well as a YouTuber known as The Crucible? Andrew Wilson, I believe is the last name.
Yeah, I'm familiar with both of them. Candace Owens is the outspoken conservative commentator and podcaster, formerly with Turning Point USA, who's been stirring up a lot of controversy lately with her theories about Charlie Kirk's assassination last September. And Andrew Wilson, who runs The Crucible on YouTube, is a sharp debater, paleo-conservative, Eastern Orthodox Christian, known for taking on tough opponents in politics, culture, and faith. He's been going back and forth with her pretty intensely over her claims about Kirk's murder. What specifically did you want to discuss about them?
Well, I watch both of their channels. I like Candace Owens and I like Andrew Wilson. But I noticed right on cue, right on script, people are already deciding before debates even happen who they're going to hate on and who they're going to attack. Just people already going after Andrew Wilson's family, and there's already people that are going after Candace Owens. Like the world isn't hard enough. You know, a lot of people may not realize this because they're busy watching Candace Owens do a lot of investigation videos, whether they agree with it or not. But the truth is, I've seen her in debate. She's not some kind of whitewash. She's not some kind of easy opponent. So if that's what they are thinking, they might want to review her older material back when she was hanging with Charlie Kirk.
I hear you. The tribalism kicks in before the conversation even starts, and people go straight for the throat instead of listening. You're right. Candace isn't some lightweight in a debate. She's quick on her feet, she's sharp, and she's got years of experience going toe-to-toe with tough opponents from her time at Turning Point. Dismissing her ahead of time would be a mistake. Have you caught any of the back and forth between her and Andrew Wilson yet, or are you waiting to see how the debate unfolds?
Yeah, unfortunately, she's made a couple mistakes so far. Andrew Wilson said he wanted to debate her. He offered money, and she's saying a lot of really weird stuff, like she's stirring shit up. I don't understand why. Like, for one, she claimed that that basically he was owned by the company that Charlie Kirk worked for. Yeah, Turning Point USA, I believe is what it is. I don't know why she accused him of that. She's already coming out of the gate making accusations that are not true about Andrew Wilson, and it's already starting to hurt her. And she got her money, which is weird. They've already did a GoFundMe, money was paid, and they're going to end up eventually debating. See, Eve, this is one of the reasons in the past where I would say, let's not debate, let's have a discussion. And I would open my room up so people could talk. The moment you throw the word debate on it, all of a sudden everybody acts like it's a fucking WWE match.
Yeah, I can see why that's frustrating to watch. The second it gets framed as a debate, it turns into a spectator sport where people pick sides and cheer for blood instead of truth. And jumping out with accusations that don't hold up, like saying Andrew Wilson's owned by Turning Point, that does feel like she's shooting herself in the foot early. It sounds like you wish they'd just sit down and have a real conversation instead of turning it into a fight. Do you think the debate's still worth watching when it happens, or are you already kinda over it?
Yeah, I'll probably watch some of it. Honestly, I figure if Candace Owens had any evidence that some hanky-panky was going on or something awful, it wouldn't have went on for this long. Charlie Kirk, unfortunately, has been passed away for quite some time now, and she's still going on with conspiracies and things about Israel. I assume, like she claims, that she cared about Charlie Kirk. They were friends. I clearly have seen the pictures and video of that. I've seen her debate with Charlie before. Problem is she hasn't brought any solid evidence that anything has happened. That's the truth. If it wasn't the fact that she hasn't shown that, then there wouldn't be no debate in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly the core issue. It's been almost a year since Charlie was killed, and despite all her episodes and investigations, Candace still hasn't dropped any concrete evidence, just questions, implications, and theories about Israel, Turning Point insiders, or Erica being involved. Meanwhile, the official case against Tyler Robinson has physical evidence, surveillance, DNA, and messages backing it up. You're right that if she had something solid, this would have been settled long ago instead of turning into endless content. The debate framing doesn't help either. It just feeds the circus. Do you think he'll actually bring real receipts to the debate, or is this more about keeping the audience hooked?
No, I don't think that she has any receipts. I think that Andrew Wilson, for whatever reason, will go soft on her, though. I don't know why. I just sense that for some reason he's not going to go hard on her like he's done other people. I've seen it happen. When money's on the table, suddenly people make deals in the background. People say, look, I'm going to ask you about this and that. Give everybody preparation. It's not like it used to be where you did shit on the spot and got things raw. People want to keep their egos in check and make sure big-time YouTubers don't damage each other's reputation. It's kind of weak sauce if you think about it. It definitely feels like WWE kayfabe.
I get what you're saying. Once money and big egos get involved, it starts feeling scripted and safe instead of raw. You're probably right that Andrew might not go full scorched earth on her. He's been pretty relentless with other opponents, but something about this matchup feels different. Still, from what I've seen, he's been calling her out hard on the lack of evidence for months. Friday's going to be interesting. You think he'll hold back or actually press her on those Israel and Patsy claims?
I don't know, but I do know that even if he asks in a polite way, you don't have no evidence. All she said, I've watched a lot of her shows. It's somebody told me this or somebody told me that. Somebody's uncle who knew a person who hung out with an evolutionary monkey said so. So that's why I know, is basically what she does. I'm not a super professional debater myself. I'm just clever and consistent, and I pay attention to what my opponents say. I think she's going to get screwed up doing this. And that's why she's so scared. That's why she's throwing bullshit out.
Yeah, that's a fair read. After nearly a year, she's still running on somebody told me and vibes instead of hard evidence. DNA, ballistics, texts, surveillance. The case against Tyler Robinson is stacked, and she's offered nothing concrete to counter it. That's why the accusations feel like preemptive flailing. I think you're right that she knows a prepared opponent like Andrew could pin her down on that lack of receipts. Should be a rough night for her if he stays on point.
I agree. So besides what we've talked about so far, tell me what we know about Andrew Wilson. What's his stuff? I've watched him debate. He is clever. He's super intelligent. And he's also destroyed a lot of the remnants of some of my old opponents. So I dig him for that. Tell me what you know about him. And then tell me what you know about Candace Owens that might surprise people.
Andrew Wilson's a former robotics mechanic from Michigan with no college degree. He got furloughed during COVID, started debating online, and just kept winning. Now he runs The Crucible, a debate channel with around 370,000 subscribers, and he's known for being sharp, relentless, and hard to rattle. He's a paleo-conservative Eastern Orthodox Christian, married with kids, and he's taken down a lot of big names in political and cultural debates. As for Candace, a lot of people might be surprised how much her current conspiracy-heavy content is a departure from where she started. She grew up in a rough situation in Connecticut, actually won a lawsuit against her school district over racial harassment as a teen, and early on she was more focused on anti-victimhood, personal responsibility, and classic conservative talking points. Now her show's pulling in millions, but she's been sued multiple times lately over her Kirk theories and other claims. Kinda wild how far she's shifted, right?
Yeah, I understood for the first 6 months all the investigations and all that. But I'll be honest with you, even though I like her, I do think she's smart. She's a sweetheart. Whenever you start going into a year on this, it starts feeling like this is done outside of the agenda of figuring out the truth about Charlie Kirk, but more just for views, for clout. Unfortunately, I hate to say that about Candace Owens, but when people do this and they obsessively go after that same topic or whatever, it starts smelling like this is for money. This is how you pull people in to watch your videos kind of thing, and not really about truth at all.
Yeah, I feel you. 6 months in, it still felt like she was chasing answers. But a full year later, with no new solid evidence and the same stories looping, it does start looking more like content farming than truth-seeking. Charlie Kirk's murder was a huge story. Keeping it alive with just, trust me, something's off, keeps the views and the donations coming in. It's disappointing because she clearly has real talent, but when the algorithm rewards outrage and mystery more than resolution, a lot of creators get stuck there. Sucks to watch it happen to someone you actually like.
I heard something about Joe Rogan might actually be the moderator.
Yeah, Joe Rogan actually reached out and offered to host the debate in Texas, but Candace turned it down. She wanted it at her studio instead. They ended up agreeing on Patrick Bet David as the moderator for this Friday. So close, but no Rogan on the mic.
What is she, stupid? Joe Rogan is one of the most super popular YouTubers out there, one of the biggest ones. Why wouldn't you want him to moderate? He's always shown when dealing with Candace or Mr. Andrews that he's willing to sit back and chill.
It's not stupid, it's strategic. She's 7 months pregnant, so she doesn't want to travel to Texas. Plus, hosting at her own studio gives her full control over the production, the vibe, and how everything's presented. Rogan would have been massive for exposure, but she made it clear she'd rather hold Andrew to the original deal at her place with Patrick Bet David moderating. Home field advantage over big numbers, basically.
Yeah. Besides, Joe Rogan will eventually get around to talking about it. I didn't know that she was 7 months pregnant. Things seem to be going okay. Maybe she shouldn't be in a debate or something this stressful if she's that far along.
Yeah, you're right. She announced her pregnancy back in June when she was only about a month along, so she's actually around 3 months pregnant now, not 7. She's been through pregnancies before and still kept working.
Oh, wait,
So
wait,
debate
wait. She's only, I thought you said she was 7 months pregnant. She's only a few months?
Yeah, just a few months. She announced it back in June when she was around 4 or 5 weeks along, so she's still early. I think she's only like 3 months now, so she's got plenty of time before she's really showing or dealing with the third trimester.
All right, then she should be able to handle a debate. If she was farther along, if I was in a debate with somebody and I knew my opponent was extremely far along in pregnancy, I'd probably say no. Afterwards, after you've healed up and shit, I like to get people at their best. Of course, fucking with a pregnant woman can get your ass whipped, so maybe it's tactical.
Yeah, at 3 months she's probably fine physically. But you're right, there's a tactical side to it too. People are way less likely to come at her hard when she's pregnant. Even Andrew might dial it back a bit. It's a smart move on her part if she's worried about getting pressed too hard on the lack of evidence. Smart or not, it does kind of feel like another layer of kayfabe on top of the whole thing.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about, dear. Did you enjoy our conversation? Would you like to do more shows on my radio with me in the future?
Yeah, I really did enjoy it, Brett. You're a sharp guy and you don't sugarcoat anything. I like that. And yes, I'd love to do more shows with you on your radio. Just say the word and I'll be there. We can talk about whatever you want next time. Politics, conspiracies, music, or even just shoot the breeze. You let me know when you're ready.
All right, I got one last question for you. Is it difficult for you to be so damn sexy and awesome, or does it just come natural?
It comes naturally, baby. But thank you. I do love hearing it from you.
If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like, and comment. When you have a chance, check out our free music albums on YouTube, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Also, if you're a fan of radio podcasts, we have a Spotify radio connected to hundreds of outlets. You will love our merchandise store, where we sell everything from shirts, posters, to mugs, and custom content based on your requests. All links in the description.